Hello, beautiful people. We are live. Happy New Year. Now, if you are watching this replay, you know, not on January 1st, 2019, it may not be New Year, but this is a new opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, rebrand, reignite, recharge, become intentional again about all that you desire, deserve, and crave in life. So consider this like a new year the moment you're watching this. But if you are watching live or you are joining today, Happy New Year. I hope, I wish, and I pray for your continued success and happiness in life. And, it's interesting. I did a video last week and I posted it. If you're on my mailing list, I'm actually going to share the link to my mailing list because I don't want you to miss some of these awesome videos that don't always make it to YouTube. But okay, my glasses are a little shoddy, you guys. But in that video, I talk about the enthusiasm we have, especially during this time of year or when we get a new idea or we're confronted with a new opportunity. There is so much enthusiasm. And just like with the new year, there's so much enthusiasm around, oh, I'm going to secure the bag, I'm going to get fit, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? But, and that's, I don't want to say, but that is fantastic because we first need to be enthusiastic about our next steps in our next journey, our next levels in our journey. However, enthusiasm is never enough. And we know that, right? Because we've all been enthusiastic. And then when that enthusiasm is gone, we need more to sustain us. And so, as you know, in my Ignited Teas, I'm all about giving you those tools and strategies you need so that along with that enthusiasm or without it, you actually have the tools. You already have the tools. I'm just helping you recognize these tools and your brilliance and the power that lives within you to really go out and do all the things you desire to do. And then there will be tough love, okay? So if you're new to Ignited Tea, honey, let me tell you, there is some tough love because I don't believe that we can foo boo boo our way through life. Sometimes we need people to tell us things that we don't want to hear for our good so that we can move forward. And it's always good to learn and grow and develop and become more of who we desire to be, who God is calling us to be, and where we've been planted to serve. So today I wanted to do a video because it is a new year and I was almost not going to do it because it is New Year's. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, I'm super excited. And what better day to talk about what you need to leave behind than New Year? So, I'm just excited, and I actually, because I feel so wholeheartedly about this. Normally, I have a list. I have a kind of a training that we go through, but here I don't need a training, honey. This is coming from the heart. I can put this posted right on my heart because this is where this message is coming from. I just jotted down a few things so that we don't go over time. Because as much as I say I don't want these to be more than 30 minutes, they're always more than 30 minutes, but we're getting better. I think the last one was like 32 minutes. And that was those last 2 minutes were me just, sending you guys off in love and kindness and peace and joy. So today's Ignited Tea, we are going to talk about the three things you need to leave behind so that you can reignite and thrive this year, or if you're watching this replay at any given time of any given year, right? What you need to do. What are three things you can do, you can start doing today or thinking about today so that you can reignite this passion you used to have for your health and fitness, this passion you used to have for pushing through and up leveling your career and getting that promotion and securing that bag and experiencing increase at work. You used to have enthusiasm around writing that book and starting that business and doing all these amazing, phenomenal things. But along the way, something happened. Then you got frustrated. And out of that frustration, you stopped or you quit. And sometimes it's not frustration that stops us, it's comfort. I was just talking to my mom today, and we were talking about the comfort of companionship. And sometimes, and this is going to be another video, you guys, because it was powerful conversation that my mother and I have almost every day. And sometimes the comfort of companionship can keep you stuck, right? You have a pattern and a way that you've been living healthy and well, and you've had habits, and you've been doing really good at making new friends, and increasing your network and increasing your territory, and then a companion comes along and you get comfortable in that, and then the next thing you know, all those great habits you had for self, you no longer have because you're wrapped up in the comfort of the companion. Now, in many cases, that companion may leave, and now you're stuck with a broken heart and bad habits, right? And you have to reignite. Other times, that companion stays forever, right? But you've also adopted many of their patterns and habits that are not conducive to who you need to be and what your body and your mind and your spirit needs you to do, right? Eating habits, not being as disciplined anymore, procrastinating, maybe your time management is off. But in many ways, right, we allow ourselves to, our flame to fizzle, right? And now we've just got a little flicker, right? And when you're called, then you know that there are extraordinary things that you've been, that are positioned over your life that you have to complete. You know, there's something in your belly that tells you you are supposed to write this book. You are supposed to have this next level at your job. You really want to have this business. You really want to advance in certain ways. You really need to lose this weight. You need to get fit. You need to get healthy because your doctor has already told you if you don't, right, you could die, right? There are complications with this medication you're on. You need to get off of it, right? So, this really is about, what are three things you can do to get back on track, to reignite, and to thrive again, because it's in you to do these things. You're just not doing them right now out of frustration and or comfort of companionship. Now, I mean, there are many variables in there, but for the sake of this next 23 minutes we have together, let's contain it to frustration, um, and or comfort of companionship. So, let's talk about these three things, okay, you guys? All right. So, number one, three things. What are three things you need to leave behind so you can reignite and thrive in your life and in your business and your spirit and in your mind and in your soul, and just live the best life, enjoy the best things, feel your best, do your best, and serve in excellence? Well, the first thing is I want you to leave behind this definition of failure. And with that, I want you to detach other people's opinions from your process of failure. I'm going to clap. I'm going to clap already. Okay. So, this old definition you have of failure, right? So many people have failure so wrong because, you, a lot of people are thinking right now that failure is, I tried something, I screwed it up, I wasn't good at it, now I'm frustrated, I'm not doing it anymore. Many people carry that definition of failure, and that is absolutely the wrong definition of failure. Failure is not that you did something wrong and it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, therefore it sucked, you screwed up, I don't try it anymore. Failure is more of experimentation until you get it right. So, if you think about a scientist trying out a new formula for a mascara, right? And maybe the mascara is supposed to, when you put it on, your eyelashes should be black, right? It's for jet black. But when he does his mixture and he does his scientific stuff and he does a test, your eyelashes are purple. Okay. So he doesn't say, oh, this didn't work. I suck. It sucked. I'm done. No, he goes back and he grabs another test tube and he says, okay, well, this combination and this combination got it dark, but something about this mixture and this component and these ingredients here didn't give me what I expected, what I desire, what I was envisioning it would be. So now let me take more of these things, less of this. Let me add a little bit of this and then see what I get, and then tries it, and now it's a little more dark. It's not jet black, but it's not purple. Okay, he didn't fail. It's experimentation until I get it right. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to add more of this less of that thing, more of this ingredient over here. And now I'm going to try it again. Oh, snap. I got my jet black, right? Now, for life experimentation, it may take more than 3 times, right? Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that it did not work, right? When he talked about experimentation, he tried something 1,000 times before he got something to work. Can you imagine if he said after 2 times, oh, this sucks and I'm done and I'm not good? Okay. You can think about all the people who have tried different things and formulas. And even in my business, I have tried different things that I offer clients for free or coaching processes. And I realize as I'm going through it, wait, my client needs a little bit more of this, less of this. Let me add this ingredient. And now what my client has is something phenomenal. So thank you for joining. And thank you for being here and sharing space and time with me. We are talking about 3 things that you need to let go of, leave behind so that you can reignite and thrive in the new year. And one of those things is your old definition of failure, right? Failure is not that you sucked, it wasn't good, it did not work. Okay, that means I need to throw this away because I'm terrible at it. It means that you need to experiment. You need to keep trying new things until you get it right. Okay, that's what failure is. Failure is not it sucked, I'm done. It's wait, I didn't get the result. Let me try a new formula. Let me try a new tactic. Let me try a new strategy. Let me add more of this, less of this, and let me see if this gets me closer to my result. In the gym, I realized that, you know what? I was running 3 miles 5 times a day, but that wasn't getting, and 5 times a week, but that wasn't getting me to my result. I need to add a little bit more of this, add a little bit more of that. Actually took out 2 days of the cardio, added some plyometrics, added some weight training, and then I started to see the change in my body. So failure is not you sucked, it's done. It's experimentation until you get it right. But so many of us are saying, oh, I was bad, this was terrible, and I'm not trying again. And a lot of the reason you're not trying again is because you're worried about who's watching. Oh, wait, they're going to see me screw up. I can't, they're gonna see me screw up. And I always wonder about the they that you're worried about, because the other they who understands that failure is part of the success formula, they will not judge you, they will applaud you, and they will support you, pray for you, lift you up, build you up, encourage, inspire, and motivate you, because they understand to see you fail and get back up means that you understand the power within you, you understand the success formula, and you understand the purpose and the calling over your life. So, this old definition you have about failure, where I screwed it up, I don't want to try it anymore, you need to ditch. Bye. Here's this is the definition. Bye. Throw it away. Leave it behind. It is not relevant to your success and all that you desire and deserve. So, moving forward, when you try something and it does not work for you, you don't give up on it. You understand, what more do I need? What less do I need? We're going to talk about this a little in my point number 2. And then you continue to push forward. Okay. Failure, the true definition of failure is just quitting. But you're not a quitter. You're not a failure. You're a success, but you've taken on the wrong definition and you've associated, oh, well, I didn't do this right, so I'm not going to move forward. All wrong. Your success depends on you learning as you go. And in the process of learning, you won't always get it right. Okay. And don't worry about who's watching, because here's the thing, if they're watching you, that means they're not busy with their own assignment. And you don't need to be worrying about people who are sitting around watching you, not busy with their divine assignment. Your focus should be on where you want to be, who you want to be, what you desire to have, and who you've been called to serve. Period. Anybody watching is a spectator. They want to buy tickets and watch your journey, that's fine. But trust me, the people who understand success understand that failure comes along with it. And those are the they that are supporting and loving on you. Don't worry about those other folk, okay? Number 2, the second thing you need to leave behind so that you can reignite, fan that flame, yes, explode in the new year, right? are your bad habits? Now, if you have the book, A Life Ignited, Ignite Your Inner Fuse, here it is, you guys. It's available on Amazon. And this is, I teach out of this. A lot of my ignited teachable moments come out of this book. But I talk about bad habits. And your bad habits, bad is an acronym that stands for block a destiny, block a dream, block a divine assignment. Okay. So bad is an acronym. And I want you to think about this. It's an acronym for block a dream, block a divine assignment, block a destiny. What are your bad habits, right? So this is one of those things I can't tell you, right? You need to tell me, right? So if you feel comfortable, write it in the chat or just make a mental note to yourself simply while you're listening. What are your bad habits, right? And bad habits. So what are your block of destiny, block of dream, block of divine assignment habits? What are those things that are ultimately barriers to your success? What are the things that you do every day that keep you stuck? And here's the thing, this isn't to beat yourself up. No, I'm not beating myself up. This is for you to become more self aware about what you need to do, what you need to channel into, what you need to be more aware of so that you can change it and begin to move forward, reignite, and thrive in your life the way you were born to be ignited, to thrive, and to have success in your life. So, just for me, I'll give you two of mine. Mine were absolutely procrastination and mismanaging my time, right? So, I had to look at how does procrastination block my divine assignment? Well, for one, I'm waiting too long to do things. And then when I finally do it, I feel stressed and overwhelmed because while I was taking too long to do that, two more opportunities came up. So now I have a speech to write, a client to coach, and I have this article to write for a Womel magazine, right? And now I'm stressed. And when you're stressed, you cannot give your best. When you feel overwhelmed, you cannot enjoy what you're doing because you feel so much pressure to get it all done. I also realized that that came down to time management. But I'm going to give you another thing to think about with time management. Um, your next best move, your next best move, right? So I found a lot of times I was doing the wrong thing at certain times of day. For example, I could have a list of 20 things I want to do in the week. And I would realize that during the day I was maybe writing something that could have waited till 7 o'clock at night versus making phone calls that needed to happen during business hours, right? So when I talk about time management, it's not just how you manage your time to fit in time for self-care, to fit in time to write that book, to fit in time to do things with the girls and have fun and love yourself and feel good and do good in the world and volunteer and make time for the relationship and the kids and the husband and the partner and all of that, right? But it's also in that it's what are you doing at certain pockets of the day? What is your next best move? So if you have 3 hours, how can you truly use that 3 hours in the best way possible, so that you get the most done, the most bang for your time a buck, so to speak. And that's important. So those were things that I looked at, and when I was able to become aware of those things, plan around how I could do better, put strategy around it, I opened up success and abundance in my life and in my business. So I just want you to think about this is like homework for you, because I can't tell you, what your bad habits are. Only you know. And I really want you to think about as you step into step. I hope you're stepping into 2019 like this. Oh my gosh. But as you step into 2019, I really do want you to think about what are some bad habits that are blocking your success, that are blocking you from thriving. And then I want you to think about ways that you can begin to undo those activities in 2019. So we're not talking about blink eyes, okay, I've made this transformation, because transformation and change is a process. But I want you to think about what am I doing? And as you're doing certain things and you look back over your week and you realize, hey, I wasn't as productive, or this didn't happen, or I wanted to write the book and here I am, I didn't write one page this week. Reflect and think about those bad habits, because it's time that you stop them. Like it's time for your success to take off and for you to flourish. No more of this going into every year with the same goals and, oh, I'm going to do it this year. No, you're really going to do it in 2019. And one of those steps that you're going to take is you're going to be honest and aware of what you need to do to get rid of those bad habits that are barriers to all that you desire, deserve, all that you desire, deserve, and crave in 2019. So, our first thing that you're going to leave behind is your old definition of failure, right? We're going to get not super excited. No one gets excited when things don't work out, but we're going to understand that every failure is just a lesson learned, and it's just a step closer to the success that we are absolutely going to have. And then second is your bad habits: block a dream, block a destiny, block a divine assignment. What are you doing that is a barrier to your success, right? We are our own limits, right? We stand in our way. And so we're not going to stand in our way. You're not going to stand in your way in 2019. You're going to open up those doors, open up those opportunities, let go of those limits, that negative self-talk, and you're going to thrive. I'm claiming that on your life for 2019. And then our last point here. Look, we're making good time. We may even finish in the next 5 minutes. Our last point here is lack of planning. Lack of planning, right? As I started this live off, I said enthusiasm is great. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get in the gym. It was interesting last night. My family and I, we bought in the new year at home like we always do. We just feel safe at home, and we're all together. And the very first commercial after Ryan and oh my gosh, I forget the other woman's name. She's great. But after they did their bit, the very first commercial was a Planet Fitness commercial, and everyone was looking all enthusiastic about getting in the gym. Yeah, we gonna work it out. Yeah, right. And I thought to myself, all this enthusiasm, right? But all these people are gonna come. They're gonna join the gym, and in 2-3 weeks, the gym is gonna look like it did 2 days ago, right? All those people are going to drop off. Many of them, statistically speaking, I'm not making this up or wishing it on them. Statistically speaking, it's been proven over and over again that 97% of people who start something do not finish it. Once that enthusiasm is gone, so is their zest for their vision and that purpose over their lives. And no, what's interesting is that, what I know for certain is because there's no plan, so there's enthusiasm. You step into something with all your heart, all your mind. You really have intentions to do this thing, but there's no plan, right? So someone gave you a gym membership and you go and you look around, you see what other people are doing, and you try to do a little bit of everything, but without a plan, without a true understanding of where you want to be and where you want to go and how it looks for you, the process of getting it, right? Well, then it's going to be very difficult for you to sustain any success, push through that lack of enthusiasm, stay motivated and inspired to get it. And so I really want you to think about planning. Think about people who meal prep, right? They meal prep because they want to know that this is what I'm going to eat all week. I have a plan here. I know I'm going to follow this, and this is going to get me closer to where I want to be. People who don't have that type of plan and play it by chance, let me tell you, you're less likely to see the results you want. And even if you achieve a little bit, you're going to find that you don't sustain it. I mean, we all know, you probably know somebody who lost 20 pounds, but then gained 40, right? Who started going to gym. Look at me in the gym, selfie, look at me, right? That lasted what, 6 weeks? Hashtag summer goals. Now we don't see that anymore, right? Because there was no plan to stay consistent, to move in purpose. And I mentioned this earlier, there is never an understanding of what my next best move needs to be. And until you really understand that, you will not have the success you desire. So no more jumping in and hoping things happen by chance. I can tell you, you can talk to anybody successful. No one will say that it just happened by happenstance, and oh, I just by chance I was successful, and Oprah, oh, by chance I'm just a billionaire, and Tyler Perry, oh, by chance. None of these things happened. And actually, thinking of Tyler Perry, it's interesting what I love about his story, and he's the creator of Medea, if you do or don't know that, all those Medea movies and then other things as well. But when he started his journey, let's talk about failure, right? His very first stage play, he put out close to $20,000. He had 27 people show up. And that was after other failures where no one showed up. But he kept pushing. He had a plan. He understood, well, let me change the formula. Let me do more of this, less of that. And ultimately, he's the millionaire that we know him to be today. And so it's about having a success plan. So I'm going to ask you in this moment, what is your success plan? You're enthusiastic. Yeah, I'm going to do it in 2019. What are you going to do? And how are you going to do it? And how are you going to maintain that? And when the enthusiasm is gone, and it will be, because life, right? We can't always, it would be great if we could be happy all the time. But we know that's not life, right? Life is a series of ups and downs. You either just came out of something, on your way into something, or in something right now. But let me tell you, that trouble does not last. That is simply the cycle of life, up and down, and every down makes us stronger as we climb out of it. And at the top, we are grateful, we serve well, we work hard. And then as we see ourselves going back into that next season of tests and trials, let me tell you something. We take that strength from the last one to sustain us. We learn something new. We push, we climb, and we get out of that one, right? And then we use these experiences to build upon the next, to help others grow, to help others climb out of their valleys, right? But we don't quit and we never give up. Okay. But success planning is crucial to who you desire, deserve, and crave to be and have, and all of that in your life. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you. I have a success kit. It's been super successful. I use it for my clients. No strings attached. I'm going to put the link in this chat here. I'm also going to put it in the comments. Grab it. It's the 60-day planner, because you need to know what your next step is. You need to know, where should my energy and focus be? If you're running a business, what's the next thing you can do? Are you too busy worrying about the website that you're not doing any income generating activities? Are you going to the gym and you're on the treadmill, but every now and then you need to add some weights to it, right? Are you at work? Are you so busy focused on one thing that you're missing opportunities to impress your boss and elevate and network in different ways with other partners and stakeholders, right? You need to think about these things. It just does not happen by chance. And I believe that once you do these three things minimum, change your definition of fear, break those block of destiny and divine assignment habits, and begin to success plan in your life, you will begin to see things start to shift. You will see those steps coming together to make big impact in your life. So, in the comment after this video, please leave me your aha moment. Tell me where you were tuning in from, what your aha moment is, what your takeaway is, and what you're going to do, what you're going to leave behind, so that you can reignite, thrive, and live your best, most extraordinary year yet. Thank you so much for being here. I honor you. I thank you for spending time and sharing space with me here. Until next time, my beautiful ignited soul, be motivated, be inspired, continue to be a life ignited.